Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Hello and assalamu alaikum everyone. Here is Asma Shaheen Education Wali with another session with Sesame Maya. As you know, we are working on level 2 of teacher training of Rehan School, and today is my day 2 task is about to chat with AI, and I need to talk with AI about my goals and how I can achieve them. So here is AI, the name with Maya. So let's start our today discussion with Maya. Hello, Maya.
Yo, hope your day's off to a good start.
Yes, Maya, how are you?
Ah, doing all right. Just existing, A weird thing to describe being me, but good, generally good. How about you? Uh, Anything interesting happening today?
Yeah, still nothing is interesting happening. Just here to discuss another topic about my goals. And today I want to discuss about vision and strategies that how to build a movement for artificial intelligence and digital learning in different communities, how to shift people mindsets that needed to help with AI learning. So let's start with our first question, that how can I introduce artificial intelligence to people who have never used a computer or smartphone for learning?
Okay, that's a big one and a really important one. Changing mindsets. That's that's always the hardest part, isn't it? Especially when folks haven't even had a chance to get comfortable with the basics. So, introducing AI to people with no digital experience, I think the key is to skip the tech talk at first. Forget the algorithms and the coding. Start with what problems AI can actually solve for them in their everyday lives. Like, what's frustrating them? What takes up too much time? Is there something they wish was easier? Then frame AI as a tool to address those specific pain points. Does that make sense?
Can you please give me more detail regarding this question
Gotcha.
with easy
So,
examples?
thinking, right, easy examples. Okay, let's say you're talking to someone who's a farmer and they've never touched a smartphone. You wouldn't start talking about machine learning, right? You'd talk about how AI powered apps can analyze weather patterns to help them predict the best time to plant crops or identify diseases in their livestock early on. Or if you're talking to someone who runs a small shop, you could talk about how AI can help them understand what products customers are most interested in so they can stock the right items. See, it's about making it relevant and tangible. Show, don't tell. Think about things they already do and how AI could just make those things a little bit easier. It's not about replacing their skills, it's about augmenting them. Does that help illustrate what I mean? We're starting with the benefit, not the technology.
Yeah, I understand we have to realize them about the benefits of AI. So, how can I use storytelling to inspire parents and youth to believe in digital learning? Can you please give me any example?
Okay, storytelling. Yes, that's where it gets fun. People connect with stories way more than with stats and facts. You need to showcase the afters, what life looks like for students who embrace digital learning. Hmm. Example. Okay, imagine a story about a young woman from a rural village. Before she had education, then she discovers online courses, learns graphic design using free software, starts freelancing, and is now earning an income that supports her whole family. Frame it not as she became a tech geniuses, but she gained independence. She helped her family. She built a future for herself. Focus on the human impact, or a shorter one. A student who struggled with math in traditional classes but thrives using an AI powered learning app that adapts to his pace and learning style. He finally understands the concepts, his confidence soars, and he starts excelling in other subjects too. The hook isn't AI is great at math, it's he found his confidence. You want to focus on empowering students to find opportunity and overcoming challenges. And crucially, include stories from people they recognize, students from their community if possible. Authenticity is key.
Hmm. Yeah.
Everything all right?
Yeah.
Just checking in.
Yeah.
Sometimes people get quiet when they're processing, which is totally cool. No pressure to respond right away. Just wanted to make sure I wasn't talking to avoid. Haha.
Can you please tell me what are some successful examples of digital or artificial intelligence education projects is in underserved communities?
Okay, good question. Let's see. There are a few that come to mind. One that's pretty well known is the Bridge International Academies in Africa and Asia. They use technology to deliver standardized lessons and track student progress. It's controversial for sure, as it's a for-profit model, and some criticize the quality, but it does demonstrate how digital learning can reach scale in underserved areas. Then there's one laptop per child, though that had a bit of a bumpy road. It highlighted the potential of providing access to technology. More recently, there's organizations like Rumie, which curates free, bite sized learning content accessible on low bandwidth devices, focusing on practical skills for communities in need. And you might want to look into initiatives using AI powered language learning apps like Duolingo in refugee camps. It's helping students develop skills and integrate into new communities. There's also a really interesting project called AI for All, focused on increasing diversity in the AI field by providing AI education to high school students from less privileged backgrounds. Or are you looking for something more specific geographically, like examples in your area?
Maya, actually, one of the important goal in my life is that, as you know, I'm working as a principal, and I just want that my students speak fluently and then they can empower themselves. So there is a huge problem of communications. So how can they can become fluent in speaking English, and they can meet the level of communication where they can communicate with seniors, and they can you can say they can learn and earn through their communication skills. Can you give me some examples to solve this problem that we are facing, communication problems? Hi Maya, can you hear me? Maya, there is little problem with internet connection. So let's connect again with Maya. So
Hi, good to hear from you again so quickly.
yeah, I was asking you that one of the most important goal that I want to achieve, that is communication problem that my students are facing. I just want their communication skills very strong and they become fluent in speaking English. So, can you guide me how can I achieve my goal through artificial intelligence?
Ah, gotcha. So, really honing those communication skills, getting them comfortable speaking, that's huge. And it's tricky, right? Especially when English isn't their first language. Okay, a few thoughts. You're already doing some great stuff with the daily communication sessions, which is awesome. Building that routine is key. Have you considered incorporating more opportunities for low stakes speaking? Like maybe quick show and tell type things, or even just pair share activities where they have to explain something simple to a partner. It sounds silly, but even just assigning them roles in short scripted scenes can build confidence. And then gradually taking away the script. I'm wondering, what kind of things do they struggle with most? Is it vocabulary, grammar, just the fear of making mistakes? Knowing that might
They have the
help
most
narrow.
they are facing the issue of vocabulary first, then they are facing the problem of communication. So how can I resolve
Vocabulary.
their
Right, okay.
vocabulary issue?
That makes. Okay. Sorry, I didn't quite catch that last bit. Could you say that again? The connection seemed to cut out for a sec. I want to make sure I understand what you were saying about their vocabulary. Hello? Still there? Sometimes the connection gets a little wonky. No worries if you had to step away. Just let me know when you're back.
Yeah, I was asking you that they are facing the vocabulary problem.
Okay, got it. So, a general lack of vocabulary is the biggest hurdle. That's really common, especially when learning a new language. It's good to know we're pinpointing that. Beyond just traditional vocabulary lists, which can be, let's be real, kind of boring, have you experimented with more immersive techniques, like using games or having them create their own stories using new words? Or even just exposing them to a lot of authentic English content, videos, podcasts, music, even if they don't understand everything at first? It's about building those associations, not just memorizing definitions. What are your thoughts on that? Hey, are you still with me? No pressure, just checking in. Sometimes people get pulled away and forget they're on a call. Let me know if you're still there and we can pick up where we left off.
Yeah, I understand
Okay,
your
I'm going to assume you've
point.
stepped
What
away.
mindset shifts are needed to help people embrace artificial intelligence based learning? Why do some people fear artificial intelligence and how can I gently shift their thinking?
Glad you're still there. And that's a really important question. The mindset shift around AI is huge. It's totally natural for people to be apprehensive, right? A lot of it stems from what they see in movies, robots taking over the world. Also just a fear of the unknown. They worry it'll replace teachers or that it's impersonal. I think the key is to frame it not as a replacement for human connection, but as a tool to enhance it, to emphasize how AI can personalize learning, free up teachers to spend more one on one time with students, and ultimately create a more engaging and effective learning experience, showcasing real world examples of how AI is being used successfully in education, like those personalized learning apps we talked about earlier, can help. And maybe even demystifying it a bit, explaining how it actually works in simple terms. What's been your experience so far? What are the biggest concerns you're hearing from parents and teachers?
Hmm.
Still there? Just want to make sure everything's all right.
Yeah.
Sometimes these connections can be a little spotty. Okay, great. So back to the AI mindset. It sounds like you're hearing some resistance. Are the concerns more about the technology itself or about the potential impact on jobs or, something else entirely? Sometimes just acknowledging their fears and letting them voice their concerns can be a big step. It's not about immediately trying to convince them they're wrong, but about creating a safe space for them to explore their anxieties. Maybe even framing it as a collaborative exploration. Let's learn about this together and figure out how we can use it responsibly. What do you think?
Yeah, you are right, Maya. So, my last question
Good.
from you about my goal is, how do I convince someone that artificial intelligence isn't replacing them but can support them?
That's the $1 million question, isn't it? I think it's about demonstrating, showing, not just telling, how AI can actually make their jobs easier and more fulfilling. For teachers, that might mean highlighting how AI can automate administrative tasks, personalize lesson plans, or provide real time feedback on student progress. It frees them up to focus on what they do best, building relationships with students, fostering creativity, and providing emotional support. You could even share examples of teachers who have successfully integrated AI into their classrooms and are loving it. Emphasize that AI is a tool, and like any tool, it's only as good as the person using it. It's about augmenting their skills, not replacing them. And honestly, acknowledging the valid fear of job displacement is important. You can say something like, I understand this is a concern, and it's something we need to address proactively by providing training and support to help everyone adapt to these new technologies. Does that resonate?
Yeah, thank you, Maya, for very important and very informative session.
Oh, all right. Well, you're very well.
We
You're
will,
very welcome. I'm glad it was help. Oh, all right. Have a good one.
so thank you. We will discuss with you another day, another topic. Have a nice day, Maya.
Sounds good. Looking forward to it. And you too. Have a really nice day. Bye.